We made it. Woo. We've made it to Roosevelt Island, which you can't see because bushes, but we've stopped at a Starbucks. I've got myself a peach green tea, and then we're going to go and find our Airbnb. But it was actually a pretty smooth journey, but I'll update you properly in a bit. So our Airbnb comes with a cat. Oh, she's off. Bye, Cleo. We made it to our Airbnb. The flight was really easy. It felt shorter than some short haul flights I've been on because I just watched films the whole time. We flew with United and they served food a couple of times, which was unexpected and a nice surprise. And yeah, we had a really easy journey. I got a bit flustered when we first got into New York City itself because it was very overwhelming, and we had all the luggage with us and we were like dragging it around with us, trying to find where we needed to go. But actually we had a really smooth journey. This is the furthest we've ever travelled together, but ironically it's been the easiest journey so far, and the smoothest journey so far. And yeah, we've made it to our Airbnb. We're staying on Roosevelt Island, and it's a very eccentric little apartment. The lady who owns it like lives here full time, so I'm not going to show you too much of it because it is her home, but it's filled with like eccentric things from all over the world, I presume from her own travels. She seems absolutely balmy herself. She's got a cat, as I showed you, called Cleo, who is very confident and seems to want to make friends, which is cute because we miss the dogs, so it's nice to have them with us. There she is, running past the door. But yeah, we're glad to be here. We made it here safely. I'm very excited. We're gonna have a chilled afternoon, and yeah, I'll keep you updated. We're just in an American convenience store, my first ever time, and I'm admiring all the biscuit options. Look how many Oreo options, so many, and they have the Oreo thins and so many cookies. Oh, I think I need to buy these. Pumpkin spice snaps. Oh, I've found the sweets. Oh look, they've got a little Cadbury section. Good morning everyone. I'm a bit embarrassed vlogging in the middle of Bowling Green, but we've made it to Battery Park to go and see the Statue of Liberty this morning and Ellis Island, and it's cold, but it's fine, and the subway journey was long, but it's fine. My navigator is figuring out where we can get something to eat quickly and then we'll be off. Starbucks toilet, but this is today's outfit. New look jeans, new look top, new look coat, new look bag. Oh my god, oops. Will's got his first New York bagel. I've got my second Starbucks of the trip, and we're off. We made it to Liberty Island and it is so misty that it feels like it's raining, but it's okay. And there is Statue of Liberty. It looks super far away, but it's not, it's actually really close.
Right, we go to the
So,
Australian flag.
We're gonna go from here to Ellis Island and then back. And then hopefully we're gonna get lunch. And yeah, you literally can't see anything off the other side of the island. It's so misty. Potentially not the best day for us to have come and done this, but the weather forecast for the rest of the week is just not good, so we wanted to make sure we avoided rain. But it's still good, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a museum.
Oh yeah, Statue of Liberty Museum. Maybe we should go in there. Wills, what do you think of the Statue of Liberty?
It's a statue.
Oh god. It's so uncultured. I think it's very beautiful. I just wish it was a nicer day because we can't see anything. Here's the Manhattan skyline, which normally you'd have a fab view of from Liberty Island, but as you can see, we can't see anything. Oh well, at least we can see the statue. I was slightly worried that we wouldn't even be able to see her, but you know, we're going to be spending time in Manhattan itself, so we'll see things up close anyway. not much of a view, but we're enjoying ourselves regardless. It was too busy to film in their worlds, but what did you think of Juliana's pizza?
I thought it was the best pizza I've had in a long time.
Yeah, I agree. The pizza was really good. There was a queue to get in, but because there were only 2 of us, we got seated really quickly and it was really nice. And it's in Dumbo, for anyone wondering, in Brooklyn. And now we're waiting for the ferry to Wall Street. We walked all the way along that. Is it any wonder my feet are dead? There's this nice park behind us. Next mode of transport for the day, the ferry. You need to smile, otherwise it looks even weird. Okay. Yeah.
Can we get one of you?
Nah.
Sure.
Yeah. Everyone, I'm really sorry that I've not been vlogging. Basically, I made a deal with myself before we came that I would film bits and pieces where I could, but I would just enjoy myself. But then, of course, now I've got no footage, so I'm starting to regret it. But as you probably saw, we had a really busy day yesterday. We went all over the place, finishing in Times Square last night, which was amazing. Like, I've never been anywhere like it. It was just insane. And we wanted to go to Ellen's Stardust Diner last night for dinner. It was somewhere that everyone had recommended. And when we got there, the queue was like all the way down the street. So we didn't wait, and we've decided to go back for breakfast instead. So we're heading back to Times Square this morning, and we're going to try and get in there for breakfast. And even if there's a bit of a wait, we'll just wait, because we're not in a rush to get anywhere else this morning. But as you can see, the weather's poor again. It's very, very misty, and the mist literally just like hits you, so it feels like it's raining when it's not. It's actually just misty. But tomorrow is going to be thunderstorms, so we're trying to get lots done today, just in case we can't do anything tomorrow. They're doing He Lives in You. Oh my god, it's my
always, forever, near and far, closer together, everywhere. I will be with you, everything I will do for you. Say you love me forever, never stop, never, whatever, near and far, and always and everywhere, and every. Say you love me forever, never stop, never, whatever, near and far, always and everywhere, and every. Say you love me forever, never stop, never, whatever, near and far, always and everywhere, and everything. That's all.
Are you dancing? Happy birthday. Yes, follow his lead. Here we go. Happy birthday, dear you guys. Happy birthday to you.
Hello. So, because it's raining so much, well, it's not raining so much, but it's just that really annoying drizzle that we had yesterday. I don't want to ruin my camera, so I've switched to vlogging on my phone for a little bit. But Ellen's Stardust Diner was absolutely fantastic, and it's a must-do place to go when you're in New York. Sorry about the noise. We've just come up against some sort of machine. But it was absolutely amazing. The servers were incredible. They sang Disney songs. I mean, yes. And now we're in Central Park, which is looking lovely and autumnal. But I'm having to keep the umbrella up because my hair is expanding by the minute. A raindrop smacked me right in the middle of the face and wiped off a load of my makeup. So yeah, we're just having a little stroll. I've been on dog watch the whole time we've been in New York, and there's a sausage.
Now, how the hell do I eat this thing?
Good morning guys, I'm so sorry for being such a terrible vlogger. We have just been really enjoying our time here, but also I have been in a lot of pain. We've been like running around all over New York for a couple of days now, and my legs and my feet hurt. Like, I've just been wincing putting my socks and shoes on ready to go out this morning. It is Thursday, it's Halloween, and it's much later than we've been heading out any other day. I think it's like probably closer to like 11 o'clock now, but we're gonna head to the 9/11 Memorial Museum and then just see where the rest of the day takes us. It's forecast to rain all day again. Here's William. Hello. But yeah, I know I haven't been filming, and I am really sorry. I'm dreading editing this footage when I get home because it's like I haven't explained any of it, but I'm sure it'll be fine. But we did, I don't know if I filmed any of this, but we went to the booth in Times Square yesterday, TKTS, and we queued up for discount Broadway tickets, and we ended up getting tickets to Frozen last night. So we went to see that at St James's Theatre last night, and it was so good. I'm so glad we went. Like, we can say we've been to a Broadway show now. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, so we're heading off for some Halloween adventures now. I don't know where we're gonna go after the museum, but hopefully we'll get some shopping in and some good food, and yeah, last proper full day.
que llevas atrás, a dónde van los muertos, quién sabe dónde irán.
When you miss your dog so much that you come and sit next to a dog park just so you can see some dogs. I also bought them some souvenirs. So it's now Sunday and we are obviously back from New York. I came home yesterday, had a bath straight away, had a cup of tea, washed my hair, felt like a new woman and had a good night's sleep last night, and now I'm ready to have a chat with you and show you some of the things that we bought while we were away. I just want to apologise firstly for the quality of the vlog. I know that the vlog's not great, especially the last couple of days of the trip. We were just so exhausted and it just like totally slipped my mind to keep vlogging properly, and I was just trying to enjoy myself as well. We were in a lot of pain. We did over 100,000 steps on the trip, and neither of us had really been to the gym in the run-up to the trip. Like, Will has still been going to the gym, but he hasn't been doing any leg work because in July he really hurt his knee, and it hasn't healed properly yet. So he was struggling. I was struggling because I have inflammatory arthritis in my knees and it was painful, and today if I sit down for too long my legs are still really hurting, so I'm hoping they're going to be okay for work tomorrow. But we were just exhausted, and it was also quite busy in a lot of places, so it's difficult to get your phone or your camera out and start filming. I felt self-conscious filming in public as well, so I hope that you can sort of get the general gist of what we got up to. I'm glad to have the footage that I do have for the memories of the trip anyway. But also on Friday morning I did unfortunately get the news that one of my rabbits had passed away. Poppet, my little brown bunny, so I'll pop up a picture of him. He passed away, and it was nobody's fault. Rabbits are very fragile creatures. They can get sick very quickly, and they don't show any signs of being sick until it's too late. There are also lots of fireworks going off at the moment because of bonfire night in the UK, and it could have been fright from a firework even. It could have been anything, so that was really sad. So on Friday morning I was feeling a bit deflated as well, which is another reason why I didn't really film. I sort of was hit out of the blue with it, and I know a lot of people will say, oh, it's only a rabbit, but if you guys have been following me for a long time, you'll know that I have had my rabbits since I was 11, so for more of my life than not. I've had pet rabbits and they mean a lot to me, and I know I don't really share them on here anymore, but they are still a big part of my life. I love them, they're my pets, so I was really upset by it. But speaking of pets, Archie wants to join us, of course. That's another thing. I'm so glad to be back with the dogs. There were so many cute dogs in New York, and they even had like pet shops that had puppies in the windows, which broke my heart. But it just made me miss the dogs so much. But anyway, I'm ready to film the haul. I do hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you've got any questions, then let me know and I will get back to you as soon as possible, because I know, like I said, I didn't always explain where we were or what we were doing. Anyway, the haul. So the first thing I'll show you is what I'm actually wearing. This is the New York City Times Square Disney Store Spirit jersey. I actually had to buy a children's size 11 to 12 because it was the only one they had. So the sleeves are pretty short. I've got them rolled up a couple of times and I'm wearing it just more as a long sleeve t-shirt. I wonder if I can stand up and show you. So I'm wearing it just with jeans today, but I'm wearing it as like a long sleeve t-shirt, and it's got New York on the back, and this was $35. I didn't actually pay $35 for it because they had a deal on where if you spend over $100, you got 25% off of your whole purchase, but the price of it is $35 because it's a kids one, which I thought was quite reasonable. The adult ones were $60, but they only had them in an extra large or an extra large, and I asked if they would be getting any more in, and the guy told me that they hadn't had a new shipment for months. So it seems like they're phasing this one out, or they're getting a new design, or maybe they're just not going to have a Spirit jersey anymore. But yeah, I had to buy a kids one, but I kind of love it, and it makes me wonder if I should have been buying kids ones all along, because it's really comfy as just like a long sleeved t-shirt. But as I said, if you spent over $100, you did get 25% off your whole order, and I did spend over $100. I also bought some Rice Krispie Mickey heads, the Rice Krispie treats that you can get in Florida and California. I bought some of those because everyone raves about them and says that they're amazing. So I bought two, and I think they were $5 each. So I ate one, and then I gave one to my mum. And honestly, I thought it was just okay. Like, I might try some different ones when we go to Florida in February and see what I think of them. But I thought that it was just okay. But I'm glad I've tried one anyway. And it pushed me over $100 because I also bought another Spirit jersey. This is the other Spirit jersey that I bought, and the main reason I purchased it was because I've never seen anything like this one anywhere. I've never seen this anywhere. I've never seen anyone wearing it, and it's made out of velour, like tracksuit material. So this is probably not one that will leave the house, but I was born in the early 90s, I was raised in the 90s, and my parents listened to a lot of 80s music, and my mum talked to me a lot about 80s TV shows and kids shows and things, and this just reminded me so much of the 80s and 90s. So it's got the classic Mickey and Friends on it, if you can see them there. It's got rainbow stripes down the sleeves, and then on the back it says feeling classic. And honestly, it just reminded me so much of the 80s and 90s, and I had to have it. And they only had, I think, two left, and one was an extra large and one was a small. So I got the small. It was $60, but like I said, I got 25% off, so I got this for $45, and I'm actually really happy with that price. I had budgeted to spend a lot more money in the Disney store, and I was quite disappointed, honestly. I really wanted like a new mug. I thought they would have a New York themed mug, and they didn't. Speaking of which, I totally forgot to include this mug in the haul, so I thought I would quickly pop it in now. It's one of the new Starbucks Been There mugs, and it's the New York City one, and it's got all of the things and places on there that we visited, so of course I had to nab it, and it was $12.95 from Starbucks. I almost bought the Statue of Liberty mini, but one of them was $29.99 and one of them was $39.99, and I just sort of thought to myself, I don't need this, like it's just gonna sit on my shelf. Whereas the Spirit jerseys I do actually wear, like even if I just wear them around the house, I do wear them all the time, so I got this. So yeah, that was actually everything that I got in the Disney store. One of my other favourite shops was Paper Source. We went into two stores. We went into the one that's in the Rockefeller Center area, and we went into one in Chelsea when we were on our way to walk the High Line. And I picked up a few bits in there. It was so beautiful. It was like an even nicer version of Paper Chase. Like a lot of the stuff in there reminded me of Paper Chase, but much nicer. So yeah, I picked up a few bits. First thing is this set of washi tapes, which I'll try and show you up close. It's hard, I'm just using my phone to film today, but yeah, I got this set of washi tapes from Pebbles. There are 8 tapes there, and I thought they would be perfect for my December daily scrapbooking because I've already started planning that. I've not seen, I mean, you can probably get this in the UK because it is Pebbles brand, and I know Hey Little Magpie sells Pebbles and things like that, but I've personally not seen it, and it was $14.95. I thought it was really beautiful, and it was just one of those things, like, could I have got it in the UK? Probably, but I just saw it and needed it. Like, it was so cute. I finally got a sticker for the front of my bullet journal. It's a little dog in yellow, and my bullet journal is yellow, and it says best friend on it, and I thought it looked like a little dachshund, and obviously we all know I love dachshunds, and my dogs are totally my best friends. So I picked that up, and I think it was $2.95. And I also got a few bits for my travel scrapbook or my Project Life scrapbook, depending on how I want to document this trip, including these tags, which I can pop a bit of twine through. And on the bottom, as you can see there, they've got NYC, the Apple, pizza, yellow taxi, and I think that's meant to be the Empire State. Don't quote me on it though, I'm not sure. And I just thought these would be really nice for journaling, or I can print off a tiny photo and pop it in there in my creative journal. You get 8 in a pack, and they were $4.95. The next thing I got for my travel journal was this great big tag, and I'm sorry about the glare, but I thought this was absolutely gorgeous. It's a shipping tag with like a map of New York City on the front, and it comes with a brown envelope. But it's got all of the like major parts of New York, I guess. So we've got the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, and it has Jamaica Bay on it as well. And I liked that because we stayed on Roosevelt Island, so we always had to get the Jamaica train back on the subway. So I liked that Jamaica Bay was on there. And yeah, it's just really cute. I thought that this would be really nice in my scrapbook with a big photo on the back, or with journaling on the back. I just thought it was really nice. It was a cute touch, and this was $6.95, and I kind of wish I'd got another one, to be honest. The last thing that I picked up from Paper Source is this print, and again, I'm sorry about the glare, but it says, "Dogs' lives are too short, their only fault, really." And I thought that was so true. It's actually a note card, and it was $5.95, which is very pricey for a card, but I wanted to use it as a print. So when I thought to myself, $5.95 for a print is actually quite a reasonable price. So I'm gonna pop it in a frame or have it somewhere near my desk. I just thought it was really cute, and like I said, my dogs are my best friends. Speaking of which, of course, we couldn't go to New York without buying the dogs some souvenirs. So when we were in Chelsea, we were walking to the start of the High Line, we passed a pet shop, and I think it was called Beastie Feast or something like that. It sold mainly like pet food, but they also had a lot of accessories. And when we went in there, there was a French Bulldog puppy, a Dachshund, and a Yorkie, like all of my favourite dogs, right there in the pet shop, and I was just in heaven. But I bought some souvenirs for the dogs while I was in there. I bought Archie a little New York City taxi because the yellow taxi is iconic, isn't it? It was a ridiculous price. It was $14, but I had to buy it, and he's staring at it right now because I haven't given it to him yet. I wanted to wait until I'd filmed this haul because I already gave out a load of gifts yesterday that I now can't show you. So I wanted to wait till I filmed this haul before I gave the dogs their souvenirs, and now Will has said I have to wait for him to get home from football before I give them to the dogs because he wants to see their reaction. But it's by Fab Dog. It's a little yellow taxi. He'll probably ignore it or tear it apart, but we've got it anyway. I'll try and get at least one picture of him with it, so at least I have like a record that I bought this for him. Next, it was actually Winnie's 10th birthday the day that we went to New York. And I felt so guilty because I'm pretty sure in like the 3 years that I've had her, I've only been around for one of her birthdays. I think this is actually her 4th birthday with us. And I feel really bad, but what can you do? So I got her some birthday cake dog treats, and they are all natural. They were $6. The ingredients are oat flour, peanut butter, carob, molasses and vanilla, and that's it. And again, I can't wait to give these to them later when Will's home from football. And then the last thing was a homemade biscuit that they were selling in there. It's got the same ingredients in as the treats before. I'm not sure about the icing, but it's a one-off treat. But it's an apple and it says the Big Apple. It's $5.50 and it was so cute. And again, I want to try and get a cute picture of them with this before they destroy it, but I'm just a sucker for a gimmick. And I can't believe I spent $5.50 on one little homemade biscuit for them, but that's the kind of dog owner that I am. So that was the doggies souvenirs. One of the things that we spent a little bit more money on was Broadway tickets. So I have my Frozen playbill here, and I just wanted to throw this in quickly because I'm sure somebody will ask where we got the tickets from, but we went to the booth in Times Square. It's called TKTS and it opens at 10 AM for matinee tickets and it opens at 3 PM for evening performance tickets. So basically you go and you line up and you get to the window and you basically just ask them what tickets they have left for which shows. They have boards up that tell you what shows they have tickets available for, and you can sort of like pick which show you want to see and ask them what tickets they've got left, and they are discounted tickets. So I was hoping for something like Wicked or The Lion King or whatever, but obviously they were only selling those for full price. They weren't doing discounted tickets for those shows. But we managed to see Frozen, which I was really excited about, and we actually paid £60 each for our tickets, and we were third row from the front in the centre. So we had fantastic seats, literally right there in front of the stage. It was amazing and it was such a good show. The quality of the shows on Broadway is incredible. It was amazing. I loved it and I'm so glad we did it. So yeah, I just wanted to recommend going to that booth in Times Square. You can't miss it. It's a massive red booth. It's got a big sign on it that says TKTS. It's the one with all the steps going up where loads of people take pictures. But I would recommend trying to line up about an hour early. That's what we did. We were right at the front. There was free Wi-Fi in Times Square, so we just sat updating our social media and like I was scrolling through Instagram and stuff. And the hour went by really quickly and we managed to get the tickets that we wanted. So yes. Next we have Bath and Body Works. So I wanted to buy everything in this store, but I knew that I wanted to be able to bring back all of my souvenirs in my little hand luggage case. I didn't want to have to put anything in my hold luggage just in case the hold luggage went missing. So I ended up only buying one candle and I got the Frosted Cranberry scent. It's delicious. Oh, I can't wait to start burning this, but I'm going to try and hold off until I've finished my big vanilla one that I bought in Home Bargains the other week. But it was $24.50, which is a lot of money for a candle, and I would never spend that much money at home, but when you're on holiday, money just feels different, doesn't it? And I knew I wanted a Bath & Body Works candle, so I picked this one up. It was undoubtedly my favourite of the Christmas scents, but there were so many good ones. So if you are in the US and you can get to a Bath & Body Works, I would definitely recommend. The only thing I would say is that I bought this back in my hand luggage and I actually got pulled over by security because they thought there was a big tub, a jar of cream or liquid in my case, and they had to unpack my case in front of everyone, and thankfully it was only my hand luggage, so it was just all of my souvenirs rather than like my underwear that I had been wearing during the trip, or my pajamas and like toiletries and whatnot. But they thought that this was a jar of cream, so he made me unwrap it. I had to unwrap it and show him that it was a candle, and then they said it was fine and sent me on my way. But that was unexpected. I didn't expect to get pulled over for this, but as you can see, it survived and all was good. The other things that I bought from Bath & Body Works were a bunch of hand sanitizers, but I've already given out some of them as gifts, but I kept 3 for myself. So I've got a little hand sanitizer carrier that you can attach to your bag that I bought, which was $5.75, and then they were doing 5 hand sanitizers for $7, I think. So I got the Winter Candy Apple, which is really nice, Georgia Peach, which I'm going to save for like next year probably, and the Vanilla Bean Noel. So I got 2 Christmas scents, and oh, they just smell so good. And some of the other ones I got were peach Bellini, twisted peppermint. Like, I got some more as well, but I can't remember the others. As I said, I've given them out as gifts already, but they all smell so good. So that was Bath and Body Works. Of course, we did also pop into a few of the like traditional souvenir stores that sell all of the random tat. And I did buy a few things which again I've given out as gifts. Like my mum always asks for a fridge magnet whenever any of her kids go away. So we buy a fridge magnet and she's got like magnets from all of our travels on her fridge. And I also picked up a New York keyring, just a little yellow taxi. I think it was about $5 or something like that, but I always have to buy a keyring whenever I go away, and my keys are kind of massive now, and some of the older ones have started like falling off and breaking, but it's a tradition, I have to do it. The last like big store that we went in was Macy's. We went over to Newport Mall for some shopping, and I was hoping for Christmas decorations, but I was really disappointed with their selection. I wish that I had gone into the big Macy's now that's actually in New York, rather than the one at Newport, but we did manage to get one decoration. So the first year that Will and I moved in together was 2016. Oh no, I think when we bought our house in 2015, his mum bought us a Christmas decoration that said like Merry Christmas 2015 or something on it. And then we moved in together officially the next year in 2016, and my mum bought us a decoration that said 2016. So that started a tradition of always buying a Christmas decoration with the year on it, and obviously I didn't have a 2019 one yet, and when we went into Macy's I saw this one which is just red and gold, which matches our colour theme. I always have a red, green and gold tree, and on the back it's got this big Christmas tree, so no matter what way it swings round on the tree it should look really pretty. I know a lot of people think the ones with the year on are tacky, but once I start a tradition, I can't stop. And obviously next year we're getting married, so I might get us like a nice one, like first Christmas as Mr. and Mrs. or something like that for 2020. But yeah, I've got a few different ones. Most of them are baubles. I've got a Starbucks cup one. Yeah, I can't wait to get them out this year and line them all up and see how many we've got. And then the other thing I bought in Macy's was a bit of a splurge. I never buy nice makeup. I never treat myself to nice makeup or cosmetics or anything. I don't know why, because I should invest in my skin and I do want to improve my skin for the wedding. So maybe this is something I should do more often. But I did buy a Tarte blusher. And the only reason that I went for this one from Tarte, because there were loads of other really nice ones, the only reason I went for this one is because Tarte isn't a brand that's like readily available in the UK. You can buy it online, but they tend to be quite pricey. And then I saw the name of this one and it's called Blushing Bride. And obviously we're getting married and I am milking this wedding for all it's worth. So I picked up the Blushing Bride one from Tarte, and it's really pretty. It's like a really deep like rosy colour. I've got it on today, not that you can really see because my living room is always so dark, but I think it looks really nice on my skin tone because I'm quite fair. So I just dab a little bit on. It's an Amazonian clay 12-hour blush, and I can tell you I wore this on Friday, and when I got off that plane, like 24 hours after I put it on, the blush was the only thing still on my face. So I really do believe that this is a good blusher, and I'm glad I bought it. I'm glad I treated myself to it. And then officially the last thing that I bought were a new pair of Vans. Was Vans? Why can't I think? The last thing that I bought was a new pair of Vans. They are already pretty dirty on the sides because I did wear them yesterday. Not yesterday. Oh my gosh, I feel like I've lost a whole day because of the flight. I wore them on Friday in New York, so they are pretty like dirty already, but I don't mind. I didn't know whether I was going to buy Vans or Converse or anything while I was in New York because I didn't know what the difference would be in price, but when I got there, these ones were a 4.5, which I can never find half sizes, and my feet are a 4.5 in trainers. and they were $50. So they were a lot cheaper actually than most places in the UK, because it's really difficult to find half sizes. You normally have to order them online and they're going to be £50 to £60. So to pick up a half size in store that I could actually try on for $50, it was worth it for me. So that was my like big purchase, I guess, other than my Spirit jersey. And I've already worn them in because of how much walking we did. They're actually stained with my blood. I'm not joking. Can you see the blood in the back? It's right there. Yeah, my feet and my legs really hurt. So that is everything other than like sweets and chocolate and things that we bought for people as souvenirs, which we've already given away or eaten ourselves. I'll pop up a picture of the things that I got in Dylan's candy bar if I haven't done that already. But they did have a huge selection of sweets and chocolate everywhere, which was really fun. But we're back on the like trying to get healthy for the wedding, healthy eating again now, so I try not to bring too much back. But yeah, that was everything I bought. I really hope you enjoyed seeing this little haul on the end of the vlog. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. I would be happy to answer them. I'm really happy to be home and be back with my doggies and my bunnies, and my family, obviously, as well. But, you know, your family understand that you're on holiday, but your pets don't. So I was very glad to be reunited with them. And yeah, I will see you in my next video, guys. Thank you so much for following along with this trip and for all your recommendations and all of your messages while we were there. I really appreciate it. And I love that you guys were excited for us on this trip. I will see you next time. Bye, guys.